Ashi, I am writing this to you because I never was able to tell you this all this time, and there is a very rare chance that this gets to you. But if it has, whatever your chances may be after reading this, do appreciate my courage, not only because I was able to give this to you, but also because I am ready to accept all the consequences this can bring. I am overwhelmed by you, and overwhelming is a word I always thought was temporary with you, but I was wrong. I like you the same way I liked you the second time I saw you. I am selfish as I want you always with me, but I too request you to stop reading this because if you don't, you are going to know the things I never shared to you, or maybe fair attempts by selfish me trying my best to express my reasons to like you. Asi, I love to walk because I don't have any reasons to do so. It may sound absurd doing something without a specific reason, but the hope and instinct that it will bring value is a trait of troublemakers all around. Walking feels like peace. Looking at all the things that surrounds me makes my own voice into peace. I see things and I walk over things that can mean nothing to me, but something to all those people that have walked over. And one day, while I was walking, I encountered something special. It was a temple near my house, and I have been hearing hums and aratis many times for a few days. But the reason I didn't stop my legs wasn't my curiosity about music, but the fascination of what was the priest saying in the microphone. I heard him saying about settling God in the temple by importing the idol of God from India. I find it ironic, not only about settling God or the idol being imported from India, but also due to the crabs of people after listening to that. I don't hate religion, but I don't practice any. I always think of a man who is kind not because he wants to go to heaven, who is helpful not because he wants to clear his sin, polite not because he have to gain his interests, and is moral not because of the stories of God and deities, because he does simply know that it is a better way of living and because he sees value in it. And he is the one blessed, as kindness was his religion all along. And Asi, I love you like that. I love you without any conditions. I love you without anything in return. I love you just because I see value in it. And hence, as that man may not seem religious, despite being actually religious, I may seem love reparent, despite being in total love with you. Asi, I am not one of the toppers or the ones that are always scored. I rank among those people in class whose faces will be forgotten by teachers if it's not seen over a week. I am a middle bender and I choose to keep it that way. Don't get me wrong though, I love to read and to be rare I read a lot. But the reason I don't want to be seen in class is because I feel like the whole moral essence of education is caught with wrong hairs, hidden behind uniform or diminished in the act of conforming with the systems. Every moment spent there gives me a sense of fear, and every practice feels wrong to me. Like co-education. Co-education is something that is common across our nation, and almost every school has that. But if teaching boys and girls together in a class is co-education, then attraction is job and makeup is beauty. Co-education is not only about teaching students in a class, it's about reducing the gap between genders. It's about spreading care and love within people regardless of gender. It's about students to know each other to talk to each other, and to be friends with each other so that when they grow up, they won't be biased to opposite gender and can never be unconfident cooperating with them. And I see it missing. When I talk to you, your conversations are unbiased due to my gender, or your attitude isn't more soft or hard to ask me, and nor is mine. Talking to you makes me feel free, and that's why I love you. Also, when you are more comfortable to talk about your problem to me, despite your girlfriends, not due to attraction, but the idea that it's not gender that matters, but the heart he or she has, and that makes me love you. Ashi, I live in a roadside house, and yeah, as it can be sensed, I experience a lot of haunts. Noise of talking, constructions, and fights occasionally. I remember this one time, waking up. I don't know the time, but it was midnight. I'm a sound sleeper, and people cursing, speaking, or passing wasn't a new thing in the night too. But that day, it wasn't a sound of laughter. I gazed through my window and I saw a man talking, laughing with someone, with fascination. But there was no one there. He was talking to no one. But if you could see his face, maybe you would question yourself. His face was convincing through every bit of his expression about how happy and real that person is to him. The next day, while I was getting down to catch my bus, I saw a sheep right where I saw him the night before. Maybe it belonged to him or not, but it reminds me of that incident. I still see that sheeper lying around that spot, and some nights when I look out my window, I look at that sheeper. It reminds me of how truly that man felt the presence of his loved one with him, and how he could completely look straight in the air but discover that one person. Asi, I am not delusional, but lately I have been feeling your presence wherever or whatever I do. I always thought of the idea of you being with me, and if that happens, I am sure that I would have the same joy that I envy on that man that night. Asi, I love cooking, and doing it is fun. I love sleep because it is sleep. I love music. I love art. I love nature. And yes, I have reasons from each of them to love you, to adore you, and to live for you. Asi, I am sorry. I think lying about bringing stars and moon for you could be more compelling, but that's not me, and that's not how I think I love. I noticed I haven't said I love you without bringing events to associate it with. Asi, I love you. And I am telling this not only for you but also to me, because it makes me remember every time I rise in love with you. Remember, I said I like you the same way I liked you the second time I saw you, not first, because the first time I believed you were too good to be true. When I saw you walking towards me, I realized I don't need this letter to love you, nor do I need this letter to show my love for you. My soul loves you, and even if I can't say it, I know you will see all the reasons I love you in my eyes, and I can see yours when I hold your hand.
चारैतिर हर्ष र वेदना मौनमा तिमी किन सजिलै बुझिन रहस्य जिन्दगीको सुख अधुरै छ दुःखको प्रहार बिना खोजी हेर कुनै न कुनै त कारण छ जन्मिनुमा अन्त्यमा जाने हो एक दिन खरानी भई रोकिने डरले अघि नै बढ्नु किन अर्काको महलको ईर्ष्यामा भइरहेको घरलाई चलाउँछौ भने रम्नु किन तिमी पुर्खाको आँगनमा पुर्खाको आँगनमा तिम्रो लुकेका भावना मनमै नलुकाइराख ऊर्जालाई रोकेर रोकिन बाहिरिन देऊ अन्त्यमा सत्यले झुटलाई हराउने नै छ निर्दोष नयन सपना कागजको पानामा सीमित छैन आफ्नो कहानीको आफै हो लेख तिमी कमजोरीको पछि दम तोडी लाग्नु किन पूर्वमा झुल्किने घाम पनि पश्चिमसँग मित लगाउँछ भने मेटिन्न सम्बन्ध साथ छोडी जाँदैमा उसले साथ छोडी जाँदैन